I just want everyone to know that we are displaced due to Hurricane Helene from Western North Carolina. We cannot go home. We have no power, no food, no water, no nothing. We are spending $400 a night on a hotel due to price gouging in the surrounding areas because they know that people have nowhere to go. We applied for FEMA. Myself and my sister applied. My sister applied first. She got denied. I said, okay, let me try. I applied. We got denied. So we have both been denied FEMA assistance. So everyone's saying FEMA is helping $750. And by the way, that $750 wouldn't even cover 2 nights at this hotel. So I just want everyone to know that FEMA sucks and President's doing nothing and we are stuck here. I am blowing through all my savings in a hotel.
FEMA has every priority wrong. They didn't know what to do or where to do it, how to access these mountains. They were turning people away, trying to deliver funds. They were telling helicopters to land. The president's coming in and creating a no-fly zone when the president arrives while we're doing airborne evacuations. None of it made sense. Complete failure by the state, specifically the governor, to not give permission to the 82nd and the 101st. And then for FEMA to come and start impeding the efforts of organizations like ours, Save Our Allies, trying to get in and deliver goods. It's unconscionable.
Donald Trump, meanwhile, he was in Michigan yesterday where he continued to spread lies about the Biden administration's response to the hurricane. Trump told his supporters the White House has no money to spend on disaster relief because it's all being spent on illegal immigrants. There is, of course, no evidence to support Trump's claims.
FEMA is providing emergency food and shelter program funds to help cities around the country recover or defray the costs of non-citizen arrivals.
People are dying in North Carolina. They're dying all over those 5, 6 states. They're dying and they're getting no help from our federal government because they have no money, because their money's been spent on people that should not be in our country.
Nope. That is a lie. Donald Trump's claim that the government is not helping the hurricane survivors is absolutely categorically false.
We haven't seen FEMA, we haven't seen Red Cross, we haven't seen Hearts with Hands, we've seen no agencies come through here. Most people drive through with their cameras out, filming us like we're animals in a zoo, and don't stop.
Joe Biden was at the beach. The storm hit on Thursday night. He's on the beach. He doesn't even think about going. And you know what? Kemp asked for disaster relief for 99 counties. And Donald Trump was right when he said that they're not giving the Republicans the relief. The Biden administration only gave relief for 11. And then when everybody kicked and screamed, Biden said, OK, we'll give 30 counties some disaster relief. So let's just be truthful about this. And I got to tell you, one thing that aggravates the hell out of me, why do Democrats think the way to solve the problem is to throw money in it? Close the damn border. If you don't have enough money for American citizens who are in an emergency, who need food and baby formula and everything else and heat, we can't even find them. And yes, there are places where the National Guard hasn't even hit yet. Well, damn it, that money is my money. It's for Americans in a disaster. It is not for illegals who violated our law to come here in the first place. And by the way, it's $1 billion of FEMA money. Biden in 2022 created a program that allows a transfer of FEMA money. And if $1 billion isn't enough to scare you, our administration has spent $66 billion on illegals. And that's for education, medication, law enforcement, and welfare.
Yeah, that doesn't even include law enforcement.
Well, in the end, what we've got is Americans suffering when we fought the wars, built the streets, and now we're letting illegals we don't even know want to flip the bird to us in the end and give them the money when our kids don't have baby formula. You can be damn sure they got baby formula at the border for illegals. Enough of this nonsense. That's it.
Any real American that is legally here, that has enjoyed the blessings that God has granted us, you should be ticked off. I don't mean to make this tragedy a political thing, but it is a political thing because Scamala made it that way. This entire administration should be ashamed of themselves. They're the most disgusting, evil, and worst politicians in America's 248-year history. That I truly believe. They're all commandment breaking, lying, deceitful. These people are literally literally stealing from our own citizens, the legal ones, and giving everything away to everybody else across the world. Everybody else but what should be the priority, the people in the United States. And all you folks that are out here riding with Biden and can no longer afford anything without stressing about it, don't forget, Scamala is big cheese number 2, so it's time to wake up out of the wokeness. These are career politicians that don't give a crap about we the people. The election is right around the corner. We have to show up. We have to show out. We have to keep praying to God Almighty that this thing doesn't get stolen, and we have to make America great again. Please do your due diligence. Look at what's right in front of you, what these people have shown us exactly who they are for the past 4 years. I'm sick of it, and you should be too.
As they spend our money, our government, on illegals and people who are not U.S. citizens, and Joe Biden is sunning his balls on the beach while 234 people died due to Hurricane Helene, sunning his balls, testicular tanning on the beach while the media does jack shit to expose this loser, and while his vice president is out in Hollywood kissing the of a bunch of Hollywood pseudo-celebrities at a fundraiser. 234 people were dying in one of the worst natural disasters, by death toll, the worst in the last 20 plus years, Hurricane Helene. Of course, the media covers for these zeros. And what were they doing with the money? They were spending it on illegals who don't even belong in the country. And their first act coming here was to flip you the middle finger and cross the border illegally and say the rules don't apply to them. How do you think that feels to me? To be married to a woman who decided, yeah, you know what? We're going to go through the legal process, which is a major pain in the ass. But she did it. And what was Kamala Harris doing? Play this on VO for me. Here's Kamala Harris clogging up an assembly line, loading a toothpaste. Here she is, totally cringy. This is what Kamala Harris, this is the extent. Tell me this isn't a photo op. That she moves the other lady out of the direction to get into a line to put a thing of toothpaste in a baggie. I've got a better idea, Kamala. Instead of clogging up the assembly line for a cheap photo op, how about you and the president, it's the Biden-Harris administration, stop spending billions of dollars on illegals and go and help the people of Asheville and Georgia and Florida and South Carolina. My friend just sent me a picture of how bad is Florida. People forget Florida got smoked too and is about to get smoked again. And freaking FEMA is out of money. Why? Because the United States is spending money on rebuilding Lebanon, on illegals. Oh, come on, Dan, that's a conspiracy theory. No, that's not a conspiracy theory. It's real. Here's an actual tweet from Kamala Harris's official Twitter account @VP. Oh, Lebanon, Pennsylvania. No, not Lebanon. No, Lebanon, the country. The people of Lebanon, this is an actual tweet, are facing an increasingly dire humanitarian situation. You think like the people in Asheville? Like the people in Florida, like the people in Tampa and Fort Myers and Cape Coral and Naples, the people up north from Tampa were going to be hit by the wind. What about their humanitarian situation? Kamala notes she's concerned about Lebanon, the security and well-being of civilians suffering in Lebanon. And she'll continue working to help meet the needs of all civilians there. To that end, she notes she's going to take your money. This is an actual tweet, dudes. I'm not making this shit up. To that end, the United States stole money from their taxpayers, I'm throwing that in there, and will provide nearly $157 million to the people of Lebanon, to rebuild and stuff. Lebanon, that hosts a terror group. It brings the additional U.S. assistance to Lebanon to $385 million. What a leader. This woman, man, have you ever seen, this woman's like Patton. General Patton in an emergency. Biden-Harris administration sends South Carolina $2 million in emergency relief. $2 million? That's $2 million. You got to get them glasses that you don't need back on. But they're sending the people of Lebanon $385 million over the last year. You can see that. It's actually in the tweet. That's the verified account. $385 million. Fascinating. $2 million, South Carolina, $385 million. Here is where your money's going. FEMA has no money to help you out. Sorry, you sad sack taxpayers. Too bad, so sad. DHS announces $380 million in funding on communities receiving migrants, i.e. illegals. DHS announces another $77 million in congressional funding for communities receiving migrants. Wait, leave that up. Folks, I want you to just stew in all these headlines for a minute. So the Federal Emergency Management Agency, funded by your stolen taxpayer dollars, by these absolute pieces of garbage in the government, is now not responding to emergencies. They're now stealing your money to go to give to illegals. Here's another one. DHS is going to distribute more than $12 million in funding. That's to the U.S. Embassy in El Salvador. FEMA awards $110 million to food and shelter programs to assist migrants, i.e. illegals. Here's Politico. New York City, they get $104 million. These are all separate headlines, folks. From FEMA for asylum seekers. You people in the hurricane zone, you get the double-barrel middle finger. Illegal migrants. Here's one more. Let's throw one more at you. DHS announces $300 million in direct funding to communities receiving migrants. Oh, I didn't even read this is a double. And $340 million for a new competitive awards process for illegals. It's pathetic. This woman, look at this pathetic scene. If this woman doesn't lose this election by 300 electoral votes, I got to tell you, the country's finished. I'm not going anywhere. Lefties, I ain't moving out of shit. I'm staying here because it's my country. Just to harass you communist tyrants, you're going to have to put me in jail. I don't care. Do it. I'm my kid's legacy. I'm going to tell them at least my dad fought you idiots to the end. But you're disgusting. You and your ball-sunning Delaware president are absolutely gross. You make me sick. I want to throw up. If this was a Republican president who was sunning his balls on the beach and sitting there faking on an assembly line, putting toothpaste in a bag, while you're giving all of our tax money to illegals and Lebanon, while we suffer, it would be the end. Absolute, you'd be impeached tomorrow.
Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, ring the notification bell so you can get notified anytime I post a new video. If you like what I'm doing over here and you want to show a little extra love and support, make sure you go check out our website down below in the description section. That way you can get all the awesome shirts that you see me wearing in every single video. They're all made by my smoking hot wife with tons of different designs to choose from. Sizes ranges from itty bitty extra small to big and hefty 5X. I'm sure we got something that you like or a great gift for someone that you love. Outside of that, you can always join the Gibson family here on YouTube and become a member by clicking that join button. You can buy me a coffee. You can join the Patreon family. All those links are down below as well. By no means do you have to do any of that. Just showing up and watching my freckle face on your screens for a few minutes. I'm greatly appreciative. I love y'all and I can't thank you enough for rocking with me throughout the years. Until next time, I'll be praying for you. Godspeed. I'm gone.